Hi guys, it's 7/28/12 at 4:30. What a past couple of days we have had. It appears disclosure is going down now. So much information is coming through. Last night at the opening ceremonies of the Olympics, there were UFOs that were hovering above the stadium, and there during the fireworks show, and buku people are recording it, and it's being put on the television. And Steve Beckow came on online last night with several different other friends saying that disclosure is imminent. We're at the final deadline of being able to clean up the planet and raise the frequencies before the end of this year when we're due for our ascension. This is very interesting because I had said many times before that the planetary frequencies are not there, and it might be several years if we're left to ourselves. Said that I didn't think we were going to be ascending at the end of this year. Planet-wide, of course, there's many of us that are going through our personal ascension initiations, but we were supposed to be going through a dimensional ascension, which has a date, and December 21st, 2012 is that date. The last of the planetary frequency initiations for the ceremonies that we're doing is going to be the 12-12-12. There's many other ceremonies that's going on between now and then. Anyway, in my last video, I was talking about the possibility of a false flag with an alien invasion and possibly a nuclear event, and especially after what had happened with the Colorado shootings. It looks like that this is all being observed by the Galactics, and they're saying enough is enough. And so they're forcing disclosure. Yesterday, according to Beckow's work, and having it proven by numerous sources that are separate from him, but that are channels of the Galactic Federation that are totally separate sources, and they're all saying the same things. And so with that, I really feel that this is going down. Steve was saying yesterday in his 3-hour-long radio broadcast that the Queen of England, along with many of the other higher Illuminati people, were in conference with members of the Galactic Federation and many of the other world leaders, the leaders of various nations. And they were talking about surrender, Illuminati surrender, handing over control of the planet, and about disclosure. Disclosure was supposed to happen many times before, and now they're saying that we have a forced date, a final date, which will be August 4th. It's quite interesting because that'll be just before the Lionsgate 8/8/12 planetary initiations, and then the last day of these Olympics is on my 50th birthday, August 12th. That's going to be a pretty cool 50th birthday this year. Anyway, it looks like that we're really having disclosure. There are buku UFO sightings that have been videoed all over around the London area and all over the planet. 2 days ago, when this information started coming out, it said that day that there was a fifth dimensional to fourth dimensional portal that was open that allows the the higher fifth dimensional energies to come through and those fifth dimensional beings to come down, stepping down to a third dimensional frequency, which I told you in the last video that this is quite uncomfortable for many of the galactic brethren, but they are doing it anyway. That same day when that happened on the sun, there were literally thousands upon thousands of UFOs that started being witnessed around the sun. I mean, looked like a swarm of bees. There's so many UFOs that were hanging out there. And at that same day, we are having mega sightings all over planet Earth. So it's my feeling that this is all true and that it is really going down right now. For all of you that hold on to the Bible, this is Revelations, when the queen, when all her little pearls and everything else collapses. It's not necessarily a physical collapse, and I can't remember off the top of my head the prophecies, but all the merchants of the world are whining because their stuffs aren't being bought, and the queen's whining because she hadn't got all her stuff anymore. Well, this is all biblical, and if she does surrender, and she's asking for pardons right now, and remember in my previous videos where I was talking and asking the Illuminati to surrender, I was saying, hey guys, you're just us, we're playing this game and it's time to remember who you are and to surrender. And I was saying, we really need to not harm these people in any way. They were just playing their part in this illusion that we've been experiencing. And the queen is now asking for a pardon. So that's pretty impressive. It all goes hand in hand. And all of this began with the Denver shootings the other day and that false flag event. And now it turns out that the father of Mr. Holmes was writing mind control programs for the MK Ultra and CIA and quite a few other different people, and that's connected to the LIBOR. And so here we go. The same guy who shot everybody, or supposedly shot everybody, and I think there was more shooters than just that one, and they're finding extra gas masks at the scene, and so many other things are coming out. And it turns out that this guy was his father was not only involved with the intelligence, but also involved with the banking system. That's pretty incredible. I mean, that is big time news. But I tell you, when I started saying, it's all about the UN's trying to control the weapons, I had so many light workers jumping down my throat saying they needed to remove the guns, that all the guns need to be taken down. And I said, first the Illuminati need to go. Then we need to have Nasara in place. And then we need to, then we can give up the guns. We've got to free this planet. We've got to give control back to the people. We've got to have disclosure. We've got to have, there's a sequence of events, and it's just how mechanics works. It's just like building an engine. And there's a lot of us Melchizedek mechanics on planet right now. We're the guys that have seen the broken engine in this Earth vehicle, in our Earth ship, and we've identified where the broken parts are, and we're in a process of disassembly at the present moment, and then we'll rebuild it. We'll build the parts, and then we'll put it back together, and it's a part of mechanicking. And so there's many of us here that are doing this. Along with disclosure, we're starting to get messages now that Galactic Federation, because we've got to clean up the planet. We've got to use the fifth dimensional technologies and literally physical technologies to clean up this Gulf oil spill and clean up Fukushima and clean up all the pollution that we've got going on and the chemtrails and everything else. And one of the other messages that's coming in this morning is asking for those of us to volunteer to man these ships and to participate in this cleanup. I'm there. That's me. I knew it was going to be all my life. And, you know, it was one of my first childhood memories that I was flying around in a ship. You know, I've spoken to many people about it, saying that Armageddon, when all the wars come together, the armies come together to have that final battle, that I'll be on board a ship flying through the middle of it. Well, that's one of my earliest childhood memories. And now the Galactic Federation is looking for those of us who want to man these ships and want to help clean up the planet and want to take it to the next level. And of course, I'm right there. So anyway, it looks like it's happening. And so anyway, this is all set up for August 4th. August 4th is the day that they're saying right now the disclosure will occur at. Whether or not it will happen, I don't know, and I'm not trying to tie that date into it. I've seen other works before where these dates have been tied to it. It's just like Steve Beckow did a program on the Galactic Federation allowing so many hundreds of people to come aboard ship and get taken off planet and be able to photograph it and document it and be the media for disclosure here on Earth. And actually there were several people that did go on those ships. It just didn't happen the way that, you know, it was originally said it would happen. It happened in a way where a lot of people who weren't ready volunteered, and you know, people said, okay, then you can come, and those people got real scared. And people have to really be ready to handle something like this. But we're finally up to the deadline, and I'll tell you what so many people are saying now is that on August 4th, in the middle of the Olympic Stadium, there will be a landing. A UFO, a large UFO will land, and then many of the world leaders will walk off of that UFO, and they'll begin telling the story. And now, with Rupert Murdoch removed from controlling the media are now free to share information and truth. And I found it really interesting to see the shots of the Olympics last night that were broadcast on world television, and very clearly there is a UFO sitting above the stadium. And this is happening in several of the gatherings all over the place. So it's my belief, it's my feeling, the time's right, the prophecy's right. It's also my feeling that those false flags that I and so many others were feeling the Illuminati were going to try to do here might have actually been taken care of by the Galactic Federation. With all this, the best thing that we can do is hold the energies and hold the light. Keep our focus. Remember, energy follows thought, and our thought and emotion creates our reality. So let's stay focused on disclosure, on first contact, on planetary ascension and personal ascension and ascension of humanity. And let's keep that focus, and let's bring this forth. This is the biggest news since the fall of Atlantis. This is the biggest news since in 13,000 years. And this is the biggest news since the creation of Earth and our downward spiral into duality. And now it's time to spiral it back up and pull ourselves out. Anyway, I'm down to the end of this video. I love you guys. It's been quite a trip.